Why do some pieces of content explode across the internet, captivating millions, while others barely make a ripple? The phenomenon of viral content is not just chance. It's a fascinating interplay of psychology, emotion, and social dynamics. Understanding the psychology behind viral content unlocks insights into human behavior, our desire for connection, and the subtle cues that drive us to share, react, and engage. At the heart of viral content lies emotion. Studies consistently show that content which evokes strong feelings, be it awe, amusement, anger, or joy, is far more likely to be shared than material that leaves us unmoved. This emotional trigger serves as a catalyst. When something touches us personally, we feel compelled to pass it on, almost as if sharing is an extension of experiencing the emotion itself. It's why heartfelt stories, hilarious memes, and jaw-dropping feats travel so swiftly through our social networks. But emotional resonance is just the beginning. Another critical factor is social currency. The idea that what we share is a reflection of who we are. When we pass along a clever article, a cutting-edge meme, or a thought-provoking video, we're not just distributing content, we're signaling our own taste, knowledge, and sense of humor. People crave validation and recognition, and sharing viral content is a means of gaining social approval. The smarter, funnier, or more informed the content makes us appear, the more likely we are to share it. Closely tied to social currency is the concept of identity. Viral content often taps into our sense of belonging, reinforcing group identity or shared beliefs. This is especially evident in memes or content that references niche communities, political tribes, or cultural touchstones. When we encounter content that echoes our values or inside jokes, we feel a sense of inclusion and camaraderie, motivating us to share it with others who get it. Sharing becomes an act of group cohesion, strengthening social bonds. Another psychological driver is the principle of reciprocity. When someone shares something intriguing or useful with us, we feel a subtle obligation to reciprocate. This creates a chain reaction as people pass content along in a social relay, each participant hoping to return the favor or maintain their position within the network. Reciprocity is an ancient human instinct, but in the digital age, it's amplified by the sheer speed and reach of social media. Curiosity and novelty are powerful motivators as well. The human brain has a natural predilection for novelty. New, surprising, or counterintuitive information grabs our attention and sticks in our memory. Viral content often contains an element of surprise. Whether it's an unexpected twist in a story, a bizarre visual, or a shocking statistic. This novelty not only piques our curiosity, but also makes us eager to share the discovery, positioning ourselves as sources of fresh, interesting information. Relatability is another key ingredient. Content that mirrors our own experiences or struggles feels deeply personal, and this resonance can propel it to virality. When people see themselves reflected in a story, image, or video, they feel understood and validated, making them more likely to pass it along to friends who might feel the same way. This phenomenon is evident in the popularity of relatable memes, confessional posts, and everyday observations, content that feels like it's speaking directly to us. Timing and context also play a significant role. For content to go viral, it often needs to tap into current events, trends, or cultural moments. When something aligns with what people are already thinking or talking about, it's more likely to gain traction. This is why topical memes, breaking news, and timely commentary spread so rapidly. They ride the wave of collective attention. Content creators who are attuned to the cultural zeitgeist have a distinct advantage in crafting material that resonates widely. The format of the content is another psychological factor. Visual content, images, videos, infographics, tends to be more viral than pure text because our brains process visuals faster and with greater emotional impact. Short, easily digestible formats are also more likely to be shared as people have limited attention spans and want instant gratification. The rise of platforms like TikTok and Instagram reflects our preference for snackable, visually rich content that can be consumed and shared in seconds. Social proof is a further amplifier of virality. When people see that a piece of content has already been liked, shared, or commented on by others, they're more likely to engage themselves. This herd mentality is rooted in our evolutionary need to belong and follow the crowd. High engagement signals that something is worth paying attention to, creating a feedback loop that drives further sharing. It's why viral posts often snowball. Popularity begets more popularity. Influencers and opinion leaders play a pivotal role in the viral process. These individuals have large followings and the ability to shape trends. When they share or endorse content, it gains credibility and visibility, increasing its chances of going viral. The psychology here is one of trust and aspiration. Followers look up to influencers, and content shared by these figures is seen as more valuable or relevant. Memes deserve special mention in the psychology of virality. Memes are a unique form of cultural currency, combining humor, relatability, and inside knowledge. Their highly shareable nature stems from their simplicity, adaptability, and ability to capture complex emotions or situations in a single image or phrase. Memes often evolve rapidly, with users remixing and repurposing them to fit different contexts, which keeps them fresh and engaging. The structure of social networks themselves influences virality. Content spreads more easily through dense, interconnected networks, where individuals are tightly linked and information travels quickly. The concept of small world networks means that even a single share can reach thousands of people in just a few steps. Algorithms on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok further amplify content with high engagement, pushing it to larger audiences and increasing its viral potential. There is also an element of randomness and unpredictability. Not every attempt at viral content succeeds, and sometimes the most unlikely pieces become sensations. The psychology of surprise is at play here. When content defies expectations, it stands out among the noise. The unpredictability keeps audiences engaged, always curious about what might go viral next. However, the pursuit of viralities can have downsides. The pressure to create shareable content can lead to sensationalism, misinformation, or content designed solely to provoke outrage. The psychological effects of viral fame can be profound, both positive and negative. For creators, the sudden attention can be exhilarating or overwhelming. For audiences, the rapid spread of content can lead to echo chambers, polarization, or emotional fatigue. Understanding the psychology behind viral content is not just valuable for marketers and creators. It offers insight into the human condition. Our need to connect, be understood, and belong. drives the sharing process, while emotions, novelty, and social dynamics fuel the fire. Viral content is a mirror, reflecting what we care about, what makes us laugh, what shocks us, and what unites us. If we look closer at emotion, we find that certain emotions are more viral than others. Or, for example, a sense of wonder or amazement has been shown to be particularly potent. Content that inspires awe, such as breathtaking natural phenomena, extraordinary achievements, or profound insights, is highly shareable. Or triggers a sense of vastness and expands our perspective, making us want to share the experience with others. Humor is another powerful driver. Funny videos, clever wordplay, and witty observation tap into our universal love of laughter. When we share something funny, we're not just spreading joy, we're connecting with others over shared amusement. Anger and outrage can also drive virality, especially in the context of social or political issues. Content that provokes strong negative emotions can galvanize communities, mobilize action, or simply spark heated debate. While this can lead to positive change, it can also fuel polarization and the spread of misinformation. The psychology here is complex. Outrage is a high arousal emotion, prompting immediate action and engagement. Surprise, curiosity, and intrigue are closely related. Content that defies expectations, reveals hidden truths, or poses intriguing questions grabs our attention and compels us to investigate further. These emotions tap into our innate desire to learn and discover, making us eager to share the experience with others. The psychology of sharing is also influenced by self-presentation. We curate our online personas, choosing what to share based on how we want to be perceived. Viral content offers an opportunity to craft our image, showcase our interests, and align ourselves with trends. This self-presentation is often subconscious, but it shapes our sharing behavior in profound ways. Peer pressure and conformity play a role as well. When we see others sharing or reacting to content, we feel an implicit pressure to join in. This effect is amplified in group settings or tightly knit communities, where conformity is rewarded and deviation is discouraged. The desire to fit in, be liked, or avoid exclusion motivates us to engage with viral content. Scarcity and exclusivity can also make content more appealing. Limited time offers, secret information, or content that feels exclusive creates a sense of urgency. People are more likely to share content that feels rare or valuable, hoping to be seen as in the know. Personal relevance is crucial. Content that speaks directly to our interests, experiences, or needs is far more likely to be shared. Personalization algorithms on social media platforms help surface content that matches our preferences, increasing the likelihood of engagement and virality. Nostalgia is another psychological lever. Content that evokes memories of the past, be it childhood, cultural moments, or shared history, triggers a warm, sentimental response. Nostalgic content is highly shareable as people enjoy reminiscing and connecting over shared experiences. The act of sharing itself is rewarding. Social media platforms are designed to provide instant feedback, likes, comments, shares, which reinforces sharing behavior. The dopamine hit we get from positive feedback encourages us to share more, creating a cycle of engagement. In summary, the psychology behind viral content is a tapestry woven from emotion, social dynamics, novelty, identity, and timing. Content becomes viral not just because it is seen by many, but because it resonates, connects, and compels people to act. Whether it's awe-inspiring videos, relatable memes, or shocking headlines, viral content captures the essence of what it means to be human, curious, social, and driven by emotion. By understanding these psychological drivers, creators and marketers can craft content that not only spreads widely, but also leaves a lasting impact, shaping conversations, cultures, and communities around the globe.